Hi, everyone. My name is Abigail Newkirk. I'm a former soccer student athlete from Bluffton University and a Division III Student Athlete Advisory Committee member. And I'm here with my co-host, RJ.
Hi, I'm RJ Nealon, Special Olympics North America athlete reporter.
Welcome to A Decade of Inclusion, a series where RJ and I will share 10 stories to represent 10 years of a very impactful partnership between Special Olympics and NCAA Division III.
Since the beginning of this unique partnership, over 85,000 NCAA student athletes and over 127,000 Special Olympic athletes have shared unified experiences, spread inclusion, and created memories of a lifetime.
So with us today, we have Olivia Ingalsbe, Vice President of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee at the State University of New York at New Paltz, and Aidan Gregory, Community Relations Chair of SUNY New Paltz Student Athlete Academic Committee. Olivia and Aidan are here to share their experiences being involved with Special Olympics as Division III student athletes.
We're excited to have you here with us today. How did you first get involved in Special Olympics, and was there anyone who helped you along the way? We'll start with Olivia and then pass it on to Aidan.
Hi, everyone. So I first got started with Special Olympics through being on the soccer team here at SUNY New Paltz, and a senior on my team when I was a sophomore was the president of SAC, and they had a unified basketball program. So she kind of got me involved in that. And from there, I became more involved in SAC and some of the other Special Olympics initiatives that we have.
Hi, everyone. I also got into it through SAC. My coach had recommended me to join, and I joined, and I was in a subcommittee that wasn't very involved with Special Olympics athletes. And then I started hearing about all of the good stuff that we were able to accomplish. So I decided to change into the community relations subcommittee. That way I could have a more direct impact.
Awesome. Thank you both. Let's go with Olivia. How did your Student Athlete Advisory Committee organize unified basketball with the local Special Olympics team?
So yeah, this partnership started long before I was at SUNY New Paltz. So I don't know the specifics on how it came about, but now we have good standings and a great relationship with the team and coach. So when COVID permitting, we have a good relationship and are able to start events and everything.
That sounds so fun. Could you tell us what the gameplay was like? And what was it like playing basketball as a collegiate soccer player?
Yeah, definitely. So we would start basically on Sundays, we would take a bus to the local YMCA, and there we would start with like a little warm up and then do layup lines. And then the coach would kind of divide everyone into teams based on how you did in layup lines. And as a soccer player, I did not do very well in the layup lines. So yeah, basketball isn't exactly a sport I'm super comfortable with. But yeah, the gameplay was really fun though. It was definitely competitive. I felt pretty out of place sometimes because my skills in basketball aren't great, but it was also really a great experience to be a part of.
Definitely. And also being a college soccer player, Olivia, I can relate to your experience. When I participated in Special Olympics events that weren't my college sport, I embarrassed myself, but it's all right. But yeah, so unified sports are a great way to get connected. Aidan, what inspired the virtual workouts you helped organize with the local Special Olympics swim team?
Yeah, so the workouts were created by the previous special community relations chair as a way of keeping in contact with the Special Olympics teams in our area during the height of the pandemic. And since then, it's only become more popular as time goes on. Just last night, we had our first one of the semester, and we had almost 40 participants. And I got great feedback from SUNY New Paltz athletes, as well as our local Thunderbolt swim team, which is who we had the workout with.
Thanks for sharing, Aidan. Now a question for both of you. As a student athlete, the goal is to always win. How has your involvement in Special Olympics added to your perspective of what it means to be a team?
Yeah, I'd say through my experience, like really working with so because there's such a long, different age span, like a mixed age group, and also working with a bunch of different types of different student athletes, that everyone really does bring something different to the table. And like, especially through my experience working with and playing with the unified basketball team, because we're all strangers to each other and kind of realizing like working together and finding out what it is that everyone has, like their skill sets, and being able to figure out how to bring out the best of everyone and do the best in terms of competing and also just being.
I think for me, it's made me consider everyone's circumstances more. And like Olivia said, everyone has different skill sets. And I think it's allowed me to not necessarily be as hard on my teammates when they might not be having the best day at practice or managing their time with their schoolwork and such. And I think it's a little eye-opening for me, and makes me realize that not everyone has the same life that I do, and there are obstacles that people have to overcome that I might not see.
Very beautifully said. Olivia, knowing that you're graduating soon, how do you plan on making sure your contributions to unified sports last at SUNY New Paltz?
Yeah, so for that, I personally still remember how excited like the student athletes and the grades above me were about in particular, because it's pre-COVID, the unified basketball program that we had. And that's what really got me involved in Special Olympics and SAC to begin with. And I think just like having that excitement and enthusiasm. And so my goal is to like instill that same energy into the student athletes that are below us, because I feel like that's what really kind of carries on a program, rather than like, because you can require whatever you want to, but if there's that energy and that drive and want to be a part of something, I think that's what's really going to keep Special Olympics on our SAC agenda and in our school.
We look forward to seeing your legacy continue. Aidan, what are you looking forward to in the coming years with virtual and in-person activities?
Yeah, we're super excited to go back in person. We're looking to get our basketball game / tournament back in person this semester. We're also looking to partner with our Special Olympics swim team and have a swim session with as many athletes that attend SUNY New Paltz as possible. And we're working with our admin right now so we can cross the T's and dot the I's to make sure everything goes through. And we're also looking to continue the virtual workouts because they've proven to be a big success.
Awesome. Thank you both for sharing. Now on to our favorite part of the interview, where we ask you a couple of rapid fire questions. So first, what are the first 3 words that come to your mind when you think about inclusion?
For me, the first 3 words that come to mind are open, involved, and accessible.
I would say equality, belonging, and ally.
I love all those. Awesome. So next question, what is your favorite quote about inclusion?
My favorite quote is that inclusion is intentional. It is about identifying and removing barriers so that everyone can participate to their best ability.
My favorite quote is, I believe it is our responsibility to show our communities that the value of all people, to celebrate different, and to take stand for acceptance and inclusion.
Those are awesome quotes. I feel like every time we do this interview, everybody has a different quote that I fall in love with. We appreciate you sharing your experiences and perspectives with us today, Olivia and Aidan. Thank you for all you've done to support and enable this inclusion movement between Special Olympics and NCAA Division III.